In the Mahabharata, there's a conversation described that happened between two sages about the creation of the world. The two sages were Rishi Bharadwaja and Rishi Bhrigu. Bharadwaja asked, "Who created this world, with its ocean, sky, mountains, clouds, land, fire, and wind? How were creatures first made? What makes some things pure and others impure? And what determines good and bad behavior? What happens to living beings when they die? I need you to explain everything about this world and the next." Bhrigu answered, "There is an ancient being, known to the great sages, called Manasa. This being has no beginning or end. It cannot be harmed by any weapon. It doesn't age, and it is immortal. It is said to be formless, eternal, and unchanging. Everything in this world is created through him and also destroyed through him. He first created a divine being called Mahat, who then created consciousness. This consciousness created space, which holds everything in existence. From space came water. From water came fire and wind. When fire and wind united, they created the earth. Then Manasa created a divine lotus, filled with energy. From this lotus, Brahman was born, and he became the source of all knowledge. As soon as he was born, he declared, 'I am that,' and that's why he is known as consciousness. Everything in the world is a part of him, and he is the creator of all. The five elements we see, mountains, earth, oceans, space, and wind, are all part of this divine being. The mountains are like his bones, the earth his flesh, the oceans his blood, space his stomach, wind his breath, fire his energy, rivers his veins, the sun and moon his eyes, the sky his head, and the earth his feet. He is beyond comprehension and cannot be fully understood, even by the wisest and most ascetic beings. This divine being, who is infinite and pervades everything, is called Ananta. He lives in consciousness and is unknowable to those who have impure souls. I've explained to you now the nature of this being, from whom all creatures and the universe itself came into being." Bharadwaja asked, "How big is the sky? What are the limits of the horizon, the earth, and the wind? Please clear up my doubts and tell me the truth." Bhrigu answered, "The sky above us is infinite. It's the home of sages and divine beings, filled with many different regions. No one can measure its limits. The sun and moon cannot see beyond the range of their own light. Even there, beyond their rays, are other shining objects that are self-luminous, like the sun or fire, but they still cannot reach the edges of the sky. The sky is endless, filled with countless shining worlds. Beyond the land, there are oceans of water, followed by regions of darkness, then water again, and then fire. Down below, there are waters, followed by the land of serpents, and then more sky and water in endless cycles. The gods themselves cannot measure the limits of fire, wind, water, or the earth. These elements are like space. They are only perceived because of our limited understanding. Sages read about these elements in different scriptures, but no one can truly know their limits. Even if it were possible to measure the sky, it is impossible to measure the divine being who is beyond limits and is called Manasa. His form can expand or contract, so no one else can understand his limits except for him. From the lotus I mentioned earlier, the all-knowing Brahman was born. He is the creator of all things, both moving and immobile, and his essence is truth." Bharadwaja asked, "But if Brahman came from the lotus, then the lotus should be the first creation, not Brahman. Why is Brahman considered the first then?" Bhrigu answered, "The earth is what is called the lotus. It was created to hold the form of Manasa, which became Brahman. The highest mountain, Sumeru, is the base of this lotus. Inside it, the powerful Lord of the universe created all the worlds.